Madison, Wisconsin is one of the most quintessential American cities. I used to visit the city often for work, and I think it's a fascinating and underappreciated city in the Midwest. In this series, I quickly touch on a city's history, population, skyline, as well as a few things that make it unique. Now let's meet Madison. I always like to start by exploring how a city wound up being where it is today. Madison is located on an isthmus, which is a narrow neck of land between Lake Mendota and Lake Monona. The Ho-Chunk Nation or Winnebago tribe were some of the early inhabitants of what is referred to as the Four Lakes region. The city was proposed by a former federal judge named James Duane Doty, who convinced the legislature to make Madison the capital of the territory of Wisconsin, get this, before there was even a settlement there. They decided to move forward with making this not yet existent city the capital, in part because it was centrally located between the other developing areas of the territory. Construction on the state capital was started in 1837 before many people even lived there. The capital city wouldn't be incorporated even as a village for another 9 years with a population of only 626 people. I guess if you build it, they will come, because Madison is the fastest growing city in the state of Wisconsin. It's the second largest city in the state with a population of around 263,000. That population makes it the 86th largest city in the country. The metro population of 680,000 makes it the 87th ranked metro, which is almost perfectly in line with how the city's population ranks nationally. The largest employer in the city is the government. Call me shallow, but when it comes to cities, appearances matter, and that's why I always enjoy evaluating a city's skyline. Madison has a really unique cityscape because there is legislation prohibiting any building from being taller than the columns of the state capitol building, which sits on the hill in the center of the city. This prevents the city from building up, but it keeps the beautiful capitol visible from every direction. If you took the average height of the tallest 5 buildings, Madison's skyline would be just shorter than Boise, Idaho. As I mentioned earlier, the tallest building is the state capitol, which is 284 feet tall, making it just 4 feet shorter than the U.S. Capitol. When it comes to things that make the city unique, I think the most distinctive feature of the city is its location on an isthmus. Madison is one of only 2 major U.S. cities that are located on an isthmus, the other being Seattle. Having spent a good deal of time in both cities, it's definitely more apparent that you are on an isthmus in Madison because it's less than half as wide as that of Seattle's. It makes for beautiful views of the water in every direction, as well as occasional bad traffic when trying to drive through the narrow city. Madison is consistently ranked as one of the best, if not the best, college town in the country. The best game day atmosphere I've ever experienced is when I went to a Badger football game in Camp Randall Stadium, where they're known for having the tradition of playing jump around before the fourth quarter. Madison has a very active population, so it makes sense that it claims the title of having the most parks and playgrounds per capita of any of the largest 100 cities in the country. The city is also known for being one of the top cities for biking in the country. The famous architect Frank Lloyd Wright was from Wisconsin, and he designed the Monona Terrace, which is one of the most eye-catching buildings in the city. It sits on the shore of Lake Monona and is used as a convention center. Running between the Capitol building and the University of Wisconsin is State Street, which is a pedestrian-only street lined with restaurants and local shops. And speaking of local food, one of the best farmers markets in the whole country, and certainly the best one that I've ever been to, is the Dane County Farmers Market, which takes place on the grounds surrounding the Capitol building. That wraps up my video about Madison. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and check out some of my other videos about cities. Thanks for watching.